In a world that constantly encourages noise, attention, and endless competition, the quiet mind is becoming rare. People are taught to speak louder, react faster, and prove themselves to everyone around them. Yet some of the greatest wisdom in history teaches the opposite. True strength does not always appear in loud arguments or public victories. Sometimes, the greatest power is silent. It is found in the person who observes more than they speak, thinks deeper than they react, and improves themselves without seeking applause. This philosophy lies at the heart of Stoicism, a timeless school of thought that has guided leaders, thinkers, and individuals for centuries. One of its most famous followers was the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius, whose personal reflections were later compiled into the remarkable work Meditations. Despite ruling one of the most powerful empires in history, Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to remain humble, disciplined, and calm in the face of life's challenges. His writings were not meant to impress the world. They were personal reminders about how to live wisely, act justly, and maintain inner peace no matter what circumstances appeared. The lessons he left behind continue to guide millions of people today who seek clarity in a chaotic world. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control everything that happens around us, but we can control how we think, how we respond, and how we shape our character. When you understand this principle, life begins to change. Problems that once felt overwhelming become opportunities for growth. Conflicts that once triggered anger become moments to practice patience and understanding. The Stoic path is not about escaping life's difficulties. Instead, it is about developing the strength to face them with calm determination. It teaches you to become mentally resilient, emotionally balanced, and deeply thoughtful. When you adopt these principles, you stop chasing unnecessary validation from others. You begin to focus on improving yourself quietly and consistently. Over time, this quiet progress creates powerful results. Your confidence grows because it is built on discipline rather than approval. Your decisions become clearer because they are guided by reason rather than impulse. And your peace of mind becomes stronger because it no longer depends on external circumstances. Many people spend their lives trying to prove their worth to the world. The Stoic approach suggests something far more powerful. Instead of announcing your ambitions loudly, work on them silently. Instead of reacting to every insult or criticism, remain calm and focused. Instead of competing for attention, concentrate on developing your character. When you learn to move through life this way, something remarkable happens. Your actions begin to speak louder than your words. People notice the stability, discipline, and wisdom that define your presence. You do not need to convince anyone of your strength because it becomes visible in everything you do. In this video, we will explore 8 powerful Stoic principles inspired by the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. These ideas will show you how to stay silent when others argue, think deeply when others rush to judgment, and win quietly while others chase recognition. Each principle offers practical guidance for building a strong mind and a calm spirit. When practiced consistently, these lessons can transform the way you approach challenges, relationships, and personal growth. Before we begin exploring these Stoic principles, take a moment to support the channel. If you enjoy learning about Stoicism, wisdom, and personal growth, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you will continue receiving powerful insights that help you develop discipline, clarity, and inner peace. Now, let us begin the journey into the Stoic mindset and discover how silence, deep thinking, and quiet strength can lead you toward a wiser and more fulfilling life. 1. Master the power of silence. Silence is one of the most underestimated forms of strength. In a world where everyone is trying to speak louder than the next person, the individual who understands the value of silence possesses a rare advantage. Stoic philosophy strongly emphasizes the importance of self-control, and silence is often the first step toward mastering it. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself that unnecessary words often lead to unnecessary trouble. When you speak less, you observe more. You begin to notice people's intentions, emotions, and behaviors more clearly. Many conflicts escalate because individuals feel the need to defend themselves immediately. But the Stoic understands that silence creates space for wisdom. When you pause instead of reacting instantly, your mind becomes calmer and more rational. Silence also protects your dignity. Instead of arguing with every critic or responding to every insult, you allow your character and actions to speak for you. Over time, people recognize the quiet strength behind your composure. Silence does not mean weakness or fear, it means discipline and control. It shows that you are not easily provoked by the chaos around you. By mastering silence, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world. This quiet strength becomes the foundation of wisdom, emotional balance, and personal power. If you want to continue learning powerful Stoic lessons like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can discover more timeless principles that help you grow wiser, calmer, and stronger every day. 2. Train your mind to think deeply. Deep thinking is a habit that separates wise individuals from those who simply react to life without reflection. Stoicism teaches that a disciplined mind must regularly examine thoughts, decisions, and actions. Marcus Aurelius practiced this constantly through personal reflection, which later became known as his famous philosophical work Meditations. He wrote not to impress others, but to train his own mind to remain rational and focused. Deep thinking allows you to pause before making judgments about situations or people. Instead of reacting emotionally, you ask yourself important questions. Why did this happen? What lesson can I learn? Is my reaction helpful or harmful? These questions create clarity where confusion once existed. Many problems in life are not caused by circumstances themselves but by the way we interpret them. Deep thinking helps you separate facts from emotions and see reality more clearly. It also improves decision-making because you consider consequences before acting. When you cultivate the habit of thoughtful reflection, you become less impulsive and more deliberate. You begin to live with purpose rather than drifting through situations without direction. In a noisy world filled with distractions and shallow opinions, the ability to think deeply becomes a powerful advantage. If you value learning Stoic wisdom that sharpens your thinking and strengthens your character, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next lesson designed to help you grow. 3. Control your reactions. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the understanding that your reactions shape your entire experience of life. External events are often beyond your control, but your response to them always remains within your power. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that anger, frustration, and anxiety often come from our judgments rather than the events themselves. When someone criticizes you or behaves unfairly, your first instinct may be to respond emotionally. But Stoicism teaches you to pause and examine the situation calmly. By doing so, you prevent temporary emotions from controlling your long-term decisions. This ability to control your reactions is a form of inner freedom. It means that other people cannot easily manipulate your mood or disturb your peace. Instead of reacting impulsively, you choose your response carefully. Sometimes the wisest response is silence. Sometimes it is patience. Sometimes it is walking away from unnecessary conflict. When you master this principle, you conserve enormous mental energy. You stop engaging in arguments that lead nowhere and focus instead on what truly matters. Over time, people begin to notice your emotional stability and calm presence. They realize that you cannot be easily provoked or controlled. This quiet strength becomes one of your greatest advantages in life. If you want more insights like this, subscribe to the channel and continue learning Stoic wisdom that helps you remain calm, focused, and mentally strong. 4. Focus only on what you can control. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is learning to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. Many people experience constant stress because they try to manage things that are impossible to control: other people's opinions, unexpected events, or the outcome of every situation. Stoic philosophy encourages a different approach. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself that external circumstances are unpredictable, but his own thoughts, actions, and attitudes remained within his power. When you adopt this mindset, you free yourself from unnecessary frustration. Instead of worrying about what others think, you focus on improving your character. Instead of complaining about situations beyond your influence, you direct your energy toward productive action. This shift in perspective creates a powerful sense of calm and clarity. Problems that once seemed overwhelming become easier to handle because you stop fighting reality. You accept what cannot be changed and concentrate on what can. This principle also builds resilience. When challenges appear, you do not feel powerless because you know that your response remains under your control. Over time, this mindset strengthens your discipline and emotional balance. By focusing only on what you can control, you move through life with greater confidence and less anxiety. If you appreciate learning timeless Stoic lessons that help you build inner strength, subscribe to the channel and continue discovering wisdom that improves your mindset and daily life. 5. Develop emotional discipline. Emotional discipline is essential for anyone who wants to live with clarity and strength. Stoicism does not teach people to eliminate emotions completely. Instead, it teaches them to understand emotions and guide them with reason. Marcus Aurelius believed that negative emotions often arise from incorrect judgments about events. For example, when something unexpected happens, we may immediately label it as terrible or unfair. This quick judgment intensifies our emotional reaction. Stoicism encourages us to pause and examine the situation carefully before reacting. By questioning our assumptions, we often realize that the situation is not as harmful as we initially believed. This practice gradually strengthens emotional discipline. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by anger, fear, or frustration, you learn to observe these feelings without letting them control your behavior. This ability creates stability in difficult situations. While others panic or lash out, you remain calm and focused. Emotional discipline also improves relationships because you respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Over time, this mindset builds confidence and trust in your own judgment. You begin to rely less on temporary emotions and more on careful reasoning. This balance between emotion and reason is one of the hallmarks of Stoic wisdom. If you want to keep learning powerful Stoic ideas that help you master your emotions and strengthen your character, subscribe to the channel for more lessons designed to transform your mindset. 6. Practice patience and endure the process. Patience is one of the quiet strengths that Stoic philosophy teaches us to develop. In a world obsessed with quick results and instant gratification, patience has become rare. Yet the Stoics believed that real growth, whether in character, Success, or wisdom, takes time. The Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that nature itself moves slowly but perfectly. Trees grow gradually, rivers carve valleys over centuries, and the strongest structures are built layer by layer. In the same way, a strong mind and disciplined character cannot be formed overnight. Patience allows you to remain calm when progress seems slow. Many people give up on the goals not because they are incapable, but because they expect immediate results. Stoicism teaches you to trust the process. Every day of effort, learning, and discipline is shaping your future even if the results are not immediately visible. Patience also strengthens emotional control. When something does not go your way, instead of reacting with frustration, you accept the moment and continue moving forward. This mindset prevents discouragement and builds resilience. Over time, patience allows you to outlast obstacles that cause others to quit. Quiet endurance becomes your advantage. By remaining steady and committed, you eventually achieve results that impatient people never reach. This is how Stoics win quietly. They do not rush the process or chase recognition. Instead, they trust that consistent effort, guided by wisdom, will eventually produce meaningful success. Patience also improves the way you deal with people. Human beings are complex, emotional, and imperfect. If you expect everyone to behave exactly as you wish, you will constantly feel frustrated. Stoicism encourages understanding rather than irritation. Marcus Aurelius once reflected that when you wake up in the morning, you should expect to meet people who are selfish, impatient, or ungrateful. But instead of becoming angry about it, you should remember that they act this way because they do not yet understand what is right. This perspective creates patience toward others. Instead of reacting harshly, you respond with calm awareness. You recognize that everyone is struggling with their own weaknesses and challenges. This does not mean you accept harmful behavior without boundaries, but it means you do not allow other people's actions to destroy your inner peace. Patience gives you the ability to step back, think clearly, and respond wisely. Over time, this calm presence earns respect. People notice that you are not easily disturbed by delays, difficulties, or disagreements. They see that your strength comes from inner stability rather than external circumstances. In this way, patience becomes a powerful form of leadership. By remaining steady and composed, you influence others through example rather than force. Another important aspect of patience is the ability to endure hardship without losing direction. Life inevitably presents challenges, failures, and disappointments. The Stoics believed these moments were not obstacles to growth but essential parts of it. Every difficulty tests your character and gives you an opportunity to strengthen your discipline. When something goes wrong, the impatient mind immediately searches for someone to blame or a quick escape from discomfort. But the Stoic mind asks a different question: what can this teach me? By approaching hardship with patience, you transform adversity into training. Each challenge becomes a lesson that refines your judgment and resilience. Over time, this mindset creates extraordinary mental strength. Instead of fearing difficulty, you begin to welcome it as an opportunity for improvement. You understand that comfort rarely produces wisdom, but challenge often does. This perspective allows you to remain calm during moments that overwhelm others. While people around you panic or give up, you continue forward quietly and steadily. This quiet endurance is one of the defining traits of Stoic philosophy. It proves that patience is not passive waiting but active perseverance guided by reason and purpose. Finally, patience helps you maintain focus on long-term goals instead of temporary distractions. Modern life constantly tries to pull your attention in different directions. Social media, opinions, competition, and comparison can easily disrupt your progress. Without patience, it becomes tempting to chase every new opportunity or react to every criticism. But the Stoic understands that meaningful achievements require sustained effort over time. By remaining patient, you avoid the chaos of constantly changing direction. You stay committed to your path even when progress is slow. This steady focus eventually produces results that speak louder than words. When others see your quiet consistency, they recognize a strength that cannot be easily shaken. In this way, patience becomes a powerful strategy for success. It allows you to build something meaningful while others are distracted by impatience. If you continue to practice patience in your thoughts, actions, and relationships, you will gradually develop a calm confidence that carries you through every challenge. This quiet strength is one of the greatest rewards of living according to Stoic principles. 7. Build unbreakable self-discipline. Self-discipline is the engine that turns Stoic philosophy from theory into reality. Many people admire wisdom, but without discipline they struggle to apply it consistently. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from mastering your habits and impulses. The Roman emperor and Stoic thinker Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to rise each day prepared to fulfill his responsibilities with dedication and integrity. Even though he ruled one of the most powerful empires in history, he believed that personal discipline was far more important than status or authority. Discipline begins with small daily choices. It is the decision to do what is right even when it feels difficult or inconvenient. It means choosing long-term improvement over short-term comfort. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you strengthen your character. Every time you resist an unhealthy habit or distraction, you gain greater control over your life. Over time, these small acts of discipline accumulate into powerful momentum. Your mind becomes stronger, your focus becomes sharper, and your confidence grows because you trust your ability to act intentionally. Self-discipline also protects you from the chaos of emotional impulses. Without discipline, people often allow temporary feelings to control important decisions. Anger may lead to harsh words, fear may lead to hesitation, and desire may lead to poor judgment. Stoicism teaches that discipline creates a stable foundation for wise decision-making. When your mind is trained to pause and think before acting, you prevent emotions from leading you into regret. Discipline does not eliminate emotions, but it ensures that reason remains in charge. This balance allows you to remain calm and effective even in stressful situations. Over time, disciplined thinking becomes a habit. Instead of reacting automatically, you respond thoughtfully. This ability creates a reputation for reliability and strength. People begin to trust your judgment because they know you are not easily controlled by impulses or pressure. Another important aspect of discipline is consistency. Many individuals start the goals with enthusiasm but lose motivation when challenges appear. Stoicism emphasizes steady progress rather than bursts of energy followed by inactivity. Discipline allows you to continue working even when motivation fades. You do not depend on inspiration to act. You rely on commitment. This mindset transforms the way you approach personal growth. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, you take action every day. Even small efforts contribute to long-term improvement. Over months and years, this consistent effort produces extraordinary results. While others constantly restart the goals, you continue advancing step by step. This quiet consistency becomes a powerful advantage in every area of life. Discipline also strengthens your ability to focus on meaningful priorities. Modern life offers endless distractions that compete for your attention. Without discipline, it becomes easy to spend time on activities that provide temporary entertainment but little real value. Stoicism encourages intentional living. By practicing discipline, you learn to protect your time and energy. You choose activities that align with your goals and values instead of simply reacting to whatever appears in front of you. This clarity allows you to direct your efforts toward meaningful progress. Over time, disciplined focus builds a life of purpose and achievement. Your success may not appear suddenly, but it grows steadily through quiet effort. Ultimately, self-discipline creates inner freedom. Many people believe freedom means doing whatever they want at any moment. Stoicism offers a deeper understanding. True freedom comes from controlling yourself rather than being controlled by impulses or circumstances. When you develop discipline, you gain the ability to guide your own life intentionally. You decide how to spend your time, how to respond to challenges, and how to pursue your goals. This control brings a powerful sense of confidence and stability. No matter what happens externally, your inner direction remains clear. By practicing discipline every day, you gradually transform your character and create a life guided by wisdom rather than impulse. This quiet strength is one of the greatest rewards of Stoic philosophy. 8. Embrace humility and remember life is short. Humility is a powerful virtue that allows you to grow continuously throughout life. Many people believe success requires constant self-promotion and recognition. Stoicism teaches a different perspective. True strength comes from quiet confidence rather than loud display. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius governed vast territories and commanded immense power, yet he constantly reminded himself to remain humble and focused on virtue. Humility keeps your mind open to learning. When you believe you already know everything, improvement stops. But when you recognize that wisdom is a lifelong pursuit, every experience becomes an opportunity for growth. This mindset allows you to listen carefully to others, consider new perspectives, and refine your understanding of the world. Humility also protects you from the dangers of ego. When people become overly focused on their own importance, they often lose sight of reality. Pride can lead to arrogance, poor judgment, and unnecessary conflict. Stoicism encourages a balanced view of oneself. You acknowledge your strengths but remain aware of your limitations. This honest self-awareness helps you make wiser decisions and maintain healthy relationships. Others feel comfortable around someone who is confident yet humble because it creates an atmosphere of respect rather than competition. Over time, humility strengthens your character and reputation. People recognize that your actions are guided by principle rather than the desire for admiration. Another key Stoic reflection connected to humility is the awareness of mortality. Stoics often reminded themselves that life is temporary. This reflection was not meant to create fear but to encourage meaningful living. Marcus Aurelius frequently wrote about the shortness of life in his reflections recorded in Meditations. He reminded himself that fame, praise, and material success eventually fade with time. When you truly understand that life is limited, your priorities begin to change. You stop wasting energy on trivial arguments, unnecessary comparisons, or the pursuit of approval from people who do not truly matter. Instead, you focus on living with integrity, kindness, and purpose. This awareness also creates urgency to improve yourself today rather than postponing growth indefinitely. Many people believe they will begin serious self-development someday in the future. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is the only time we truly possess. Every day offers an opportunity to practice patience, discipline, and wisdom. By remembering the temporary nature of life, you become more intentional with your actions and decisions. You spend more time on meaningful work, genuine relationships, and personal growth. This mindset transforms ordinary days into valuable opportunities for improvement. Finally, humility combined with awareness of life's brevity encourages you to pursue success quietly rather than obsessively seeking recognition. When you understand that external praise is temporary, you become less dependent on it. Your motivation shifts toward living according to your values rather than impressing others. This quiet approach creates inner peace because your self-worth no longer depends on public approval. Instead, it comes from knowing that you are striving to become a better person each day. In this way, humility and awareness of mortality complete the Stoic path. They remind you to live wisely, act with integrity, and focus on what truly matters while you have the opportunity. As we come to the end of these Stoic principles, one powerful truth becomes clear: the strongest people in the world are not always the loudest. Real strength is often quiet, calm, and deeply disciplined. In a society where many people compete for attention, Stoicism teaches us to focus on something far more meaningful: our character. Instead of reacting to every situation, the Stoic observes. Instead of arguing endlessly, the Stoic remains calm. Instead of chasing approval, the Stoic works quietly and lets actions speak louder than words. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius remind us that life's greatest victories are internal. Every day we face moments that test our patience, discipline, and judgment. Someone may insult us, a situation may not go as planned. Circumstances may challenge our confidence. In these moments, Stoicism asks us to pause and ask a simple question: what is within my control? When we focus on our thoughts, actions, and character, we regain our power. Instead of wasting energy trying to control the world, we begin to master ourselves. By practicing the principles you learned in this video: silence, deep thinking, emotional control, patience, discipline, humility, and awareness of life's shortness, you gradually develop a powerful mindset. Your reactions become calmer, your decisions become wiser, your focus becomes stronger. Over time, people begin to notice something different about you. While others are overwhelmed by chaos and distraction, you remain steady and thoughtful. This is what it truly means to win quietly. Even centuries ago, Marcus Aurelius wrote these reflections for himself in what later became the famous book Meditations. He did not write them to impress anyone. He wrote them to remind himself how to live wisely in a complicated world. Today, those same lessons continue to guide people who want to live with clarity, strength, and purpose. Stoicism reminds us that greatness is not about public praise but about private discipline. If you begin applying these ideas in your daily life, you will notice a transformation over time. Your mind will become calmer, your emotions more controlled, and your focus sharper. You will spend less time reacting to negativity and more time improving yourself. Instead of chasing recognition, you will build a life of quiet strength and meaningful progress. This is the Stoic way: steady, thoughtful, and powerful. If you found value in this video and want to continue learning powerful Stoic wisdom that strengthens your mindset and improves your life, make sure you like this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps the channel grow and allows more people to discover these timeless lessons. Also, share in the comments which Stoic principle resonated with you the most. Your thoughts and experiences help build a community of people who are committed to growth, wisdom, and inner strength. And if you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. Every week, we explore powerful Stoic ideas designed to help you think deeper, stay calm under pressure, and develop the kind of quiet confidence that leads to true success. Remember this: be silent when others argue. Think deeply when others rush. Work quietly while others seek attention. In time, your discipline and wisdom will speak for themselves. That is the true path of Stoicism.